I started this game moving at a fairly brisk pace. It wasn't long before I found myself sort of limping along. I've now reached a point where I'm basically crawling on all fours just trying to get through this game. I'm feeling really bad about this. I like this game. I really do. But there's just something, I know so much of it is the combat that I'm just not enjoying the combat. And I have said this before. It just isn't my favorite thing to do in a game. And I am trying to mix it up using the skills and the prosthetic tools, the upgrades that you can get. I've got quite a few of everything, actually. But I'm still finding that, and maybe it's just more in my head than in the game, but it feels like so much of it, the combat anyway, keeps coming back to the block, parry, deflect, and slash style of fighting, and I'm just not enjoying it. I'm not, and so I get into the game, I play for a while, I get a little further than I was, the last time, and then I quit because I'm not having a lot of fun. And also I'm finding myself just kind of wandering through the game and not really fighting anything but like the easy enemies that are in the different areas to get skill points and sand, and just because I don't want to fight the mini bosses. I'm procrastinating, basically. I'm babbling, but that's what I'm trying to say. So here I am with this boss, and I was having some trouble with him, her, I don't know, doesn't matter. But we'll just say it sort of could be either or, maybe both. Anyway, I had to go online and find some ways to try to cheese this boss, because I was doing so poorly, and I'm not leveled up that high with my attack power. And, I was doing so little damage. It was like chipping away at a boulder by throwing marshmallows at it. It's kind of how it felt to me. So, I did find some cheese methods, but the people that were doing them, the attacks that they would do, each hit was getting more DPS than I've been, able to get out of the level that I have. So the fight was just dragging on and on for me. Also, the ways that they were using to cheese her, him, her, it, whatever, oh my god, by throwing the firecrackers, or using the firecrackers, throwing ash, using the snap seeds. Those things are really, really great if you can get the rhythm down, which I was able to do to a certain point, but I was failing just enough that it was breaking the pattern, and I was getting hit a lot because of it. And it was, I don't know, I was just getting so frustrated with all of it that it's just, basically what I did is I ended up using a little bit of the cheese that I found and sort of tweaking it, modifying it so that it worked for me. When I first started the fight this time, I really did a lot better in the initial part of it. I found I really was able to dodge fairly well. As it dragged on, I started getting kind of fatigued, and plus the fact that when I'm nervous in a game and you have the menus that you have to go through, in this case it's the D-pad for the items to switch them out, I end up, because I am nervous and stressed, and I'm trying so hard not to get hit and focus on locking on to the boss and unlocking so I can run if I have to. It screws up my ability to use the D-pad properly. And when I think I'm on the item I want, I'm actually not. So when I want to throw ash, I end up healing. Or if I want to use the snap peas, I end up using a pellet. Anyway, it's just, the more I screw up, the more nervous I get, and then everything just goes down the crapper from that point. And that's sort of what happened with this last part of the fight. The one thing I'm kind of proud of myself for is the fact that, in spite of that, which like what I'm looking at right now, getting hit so much, I did stay calmer than I normally would, and I managed to focus enough to get back to the item that I needed at that moment, like right now throwing the ash, rather than healing. This is a struggle for me, and I'm probably making excuses. I don't think I am, but maybe I am. I don't know. At this point, I just want to get through this bloody game, and that's what I'm doing. Little bit here and a little bit there, crawling on all fours and doing whatever I have to do. So I'm gonna shut up, but because I am, God, babbling so much. But I'm just gonna let the fight play out. So this is it.